Now who wanna move close enough? Now who wanna move out on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah, we got 'em, yeah, we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em, bingo bottle, never stop it, till the beast and know 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossing on the ring, Cincinnati, she's our queen, we gon' show the world.
What's up, everybody? This is Ted Karras of the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cincy Hat, and you're watching Bengals and Brews.
Hell yeah. Who the fuck is that?
Oh, I got his computer started.
Hey.
What's going on, fellas? I actually did not. I'm on my phone because this old-ass computer just decided to shut down, so. Oh, well.
This guy so excited to come on the show and be on for the first time in forever, and then his computer don't work.
Right. Did you remember
Par for the course for me, right?
on Do Not Disturb?
I did not.
Oh man. Yeah, but watch that. You get a call and they'll knock. Oh, there you go.
I was gonna say, you think anybody will actually call him? I mean,
Yeah, let's be honest here. Nobody's going to call
Got
me.
that goddamn farm stand going. He's probably fielding calls fucking left and right about some of them
Derek,
cinnamon rolls with the little nuts on top of them. They're pretty tasty.
Derek, you're actually ahead of the times because I think in the future we're not going to actually need computers. It's going to be all those Meta sunglasses that you can just put on, which my mom got a pair of those. They're pretty sick, to be honest.
Yeah, this is actually – so I just decided to try to use it for the first time today. I don't know why, but this is the computer that I bought my wife for our anniversary back in 2012.
2012.
So, yes.
I'll be damned.
Got a good run.
Yeah, that technology's probably outdated now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
so-
I mean, yeah.
I was just gonna say, is this the greatest 6-10 football team of all time?
I believe it is.
The Bengals beat the Cardinals 37-14. Just an ass whooping again. But
Right.
The defense looked great. Joe Burrow looked great. Chase Brown looked great. Jamar Chase is Jamar Chase.
Your buddy got a sack.
We're probably going to win the Super Bowl.
Probably, yeah. If somehow the team's ahead of us, something happens to them, and they have to forfeit their spot in the playoffs, and then
Right.
they have to put us in, we're probably destiny year.
Why don't we have NIT for NFL, National Invitational Tournament for the NFL? Nobody would complain to see more football.
No,
Let's be honest, they're going to expand the playoffs again when they go to 18 games.
you think so?
Yeah, I bet they do.
Like 2 more wild cards.
Yeah. Yep, I think so.
Well, I got to tell you, 2 more wild cards. We're still fucking out the playoffs. I think.
I don't know. We might be making a run if that was the
Might be making
case.
a run.
I don't know. Probably out. You're right. I don't know.
Would you guys be open for the NFL just to reconfigure their entire divisions just to freshen it up?
No.
No.
I already got my teams I fucking hate. I hate the fucking Steelers. They have to stay in this division because fuck them.
Because the reason I say that, it's nice to have an easy division. That's what the fucking Patriots survived all those years. And the AFC East was terrible.
Yeah.
Man, I'd pick the South. AFC South.
Yeah, dude. Let's go down there.
Yeah,
Let's get the
AFC
NFC.
South.
No, I love the AFC North, but it's just
you know this is probably going to happen. The Chiefs here are probably going to take Downs or Woods or somebody that one pick before us.
You know they're going to. They're going to take exactly whoever the fuck we wanted, and they're going to be really good.
I think they're going to take Cardinal Tate. I think they're desperate for receivers.
Well, you're right. You know what?
I think he might go before that, honestly.
Where are they picking right now?
9.
I mean, Tate's my wide receiver 1, and that's mainly because Jordan Tyson's injury history, like he's injured every year. So I think Tate's a top 5 player in this class. It's not loaded with super great players. And I think, you're getting a dog with him. So
Yeah, that's why I think they're going to go. I think they've probably heard the pressure of not being able to hit on receiver since Tyreek Hill, because Xavier Worthy hasn't done anything, and then Shaheed is okay. Browns or Titans, yeah, that's true.
But so I want to I got to continue to eat my crow hair chop.
I I don't know how, man.
When I had that 9 or 10 game lead on our NFL picks, we are now tied 109 and 59 apiece going into the final week. Because even tonight we all picked the Rams over the Falcons. And credit to Dustin. I went 9-6. You went 11-4. Dustin went 12-3 this week on his picks, and he is now at 102-66. So he's within 7 games. He could have some the craziest week ever, picking these upsets in this last week when a lot of games don't matter. And maybe Dustin beats both of us. That would be fun.
Was I the only one that picked the Browns?
Yeah.
So I get bonus points for that. Damn it!
You get bonus points.
Yeah, that game was wild to me. I don't understand how 2 teams can be so inept.
Because they needed their Sunday night football matchup. The NFL did. So.
Yeah. Well, that's true
NFL.
too. And the worst part is exactly this. If the Ravens end up winning the division and they're the team that break the curse, I'm going to be pissed. I really am, because of all that bullshit. I mean, the Steelers had it right there in their hands.
Well, they tried to throw at Denzel Burke the final 2 plays of the game. Like, what are we doing?
Denzel Ward, yeah.
And they, or Denzel, Ward.
Yeah.
Denzel Burke can't cover Cody Ford.
Yeah.
No,
I could
have
told the Cardinals Denzel Burke was a bad pick coming out of Ohio State. Like it did.
Yeah.
I mean, where they got him, honestly, it's not a bad pick. You know what I mean? Like, he's a mediocre player.
Yeah.
They got him like 5th round or something, didn't they?
Yeah, he slid.
Yeah.
Well, he was after his freshman or sophomore year, everybody's like first rounder, and then his play fell off.
Yeah. I mean, he's been good for them for where they picked him at, I think.
Yeah,
but
for sure. That team's just a hot mess. And like, I want to give credit to our defensive line because like I clipped up a lot of that. Stewart getting his first sack, but Murphy don't even really count in this, but I feel like, Stewart playing pretty well. Cedric Johnson, 5 pressures. I think he's a good player too. Foskey did good. I mean, even BJ Hill, Slayton, like the whole D line looked good. Like, I think the Cardinals offensive line sucks. Like, it's hard to really take too much from that game. That whole team sucked. Their plan sucked. Like, there were so many times they just weren't blocking people.
Yeah. That's always the disappointing thing too, is like, are we really getting better on defense, or are we just playing shitty teams? Which
get better on defense, Derek.
Yeah. I mean, they don't get me wrong, they've looked great, but this is the crap that I worry about for the last 3 seasons. The end of the year they'll look really good, and then the Bengals will do what they always do. They won't make the moves needed to make because they like the guys they have in house.
Yeah. I mean,
if they re-sign Geno Stone, I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
Oh yeah,
prepare to
I
lose
think.
your fucking mind.
I mean, yeah, the guy took the pay cut last year, so they obviously did not like his play. But I don't understand how they could say what you're doing is better than what any other guy we have on the roster could do, because he's always trying to, like I said in our chat earlier, he's always trying to lay the boom when the dude can't lay the boom.
Mm-hmm.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
He goes in with his head down and like, it's like, that's me. Him trying to tackle somebody on the side.
Yeah.
I bet he makes that
on the
noise.
mic'd up Geno.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I will give the guy credit. It is December, so it's cold out. Oh, wait, no, it wasn't. It was warm yesterday, so there had no reason for you to be as soft as you were.
It was windy, Derek.
It was windy.
But Al Golden praised him today, and that scares me. He's like, the communication and this and that. Big reason we're playing better is because of Geno Stone. It's like, oh, please. But somebody gave me some hope that commented on Twitter. They said he also said all this about Logan Wilson when he came back, and then clearly did not have any faith in Logan Wilson. So maybe he's just, this is some lip service, hey, somebody else go sign Geno Stone, not us.
Yeah. I think with these end of the year quotes, they recognize that these players are probably going to be fighting for a job somewhere else. So you want to do right by them. I think a lot of that's coach speak. They know they know who is who's not going to be around the following year. I mean, Geno Stone's definitely not going to be one of those, but I think this is a little bit different than last year, though. I'll just speak on this a little bit. I think you're seeing some better individual performances. Whereas, like, you see Miles Murphy coming on. A person I was going to give the game ball to is DJ Ivy. This is 2 straight weeks that they've stuck him back into that tight end stopper role. He did really well against Trey McBride in combination with Dax Hill. So I think there's some solid pieces coming on. I thought McKinley Jackson looked good again. I thought TJ Slayton had his best game. This is an Arizona team that did hang 20 on the Texans. Like, they're not like, they're over there. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's context to that. Like, yes, these teams are bad, but it's okay for bad teams that still have good units too. So I actually thought how the defense played and just like shutting down the receivers and Trey McBride, I think that's pretty significant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Michael Wilson's playing really good football for them. Obviously, he got that touchdown, but I thought overall we held him in check. Like Marvin Harrison just not been good.
No.
I know we were talking about that before the show. You guys, especially Chops, loving that.
I think Wilson's been their number one this year, hasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, because Marv's
like
been out
leading
a
the league
lot.
in targets and everything else. Isn't that what I saw on TV yesterday?
Yeah, he's been good, really good.
Yeah,
and I think Trey McBride leads probably the league in receptions.
He broke the NFL record for tight end receptions in a season.
Yeah, he has
let's. Oh, go ahead, Dustin.
I was gonna say he has 119 receptions. I think Jamar is where
117.
117. Okay,
yeah,
right on.
Yeah, he was like 12 away, I think, from tying his reception record
Jamar
from
got
last
the second
year.
most receptions in the NFL this year.
I don't know what does Jackson Smith and Jigba have? I figure he might be leading.
No,
well, he's had. I was going to say he's tailed off the past couple weeks.
I know, but he had a pretty big lead. I thought earlier.
Yeah,
he's had 113 catches, so he's third.
Okay. So that is the top 3, though. It is McBride over everybody.
Yeah. Let me see Puka.
I was about to look it up, but my computer's still loading. So
okay, so actually, Smith and Jigsma's in 4th. So Puka has 114 catches. So then it's Jamar, then it's Trey McBride.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible for McBride. As a tight
I didn't
end.
realize Jamar was that close to the top this year.
and he missed a game too.
Yeah,
I mean, he's going to get it by touchdowns, that's for sure. He's not close on those.
and if he wasn't a hawk to it, a motherfucker, he'd probably.
That's where
Yeah,
that's where sometimes I feel like receivers get a little bit of like too much like leeway when they're on bad teams, because Trey McBride's been on a bad team and he's balled out.
Yeah.
He's still productive. Remember Terry McLaurin, how many different quarterbacks he went through? He's still balled out. Like, if you're a productive player, you're going to find a way to get stats.
yeah.
Hey, this person asked if we ever work.
Just so you know, this is my mother's basement. Mom, make me a grilled cheese. The show's on.
Yeah. This is our job.
I
We get paid.
This is the second week of me not working. I am on Christmas vacation. Derek is off work this week.
Yeah.
Dustin sometimes works while he's on the show, and Chop works nights. So, but yes, we do all have jobs,
Going to work
unfortunately.
after the show.
Yeah.
Going to work.
This is where we get paid on, if we're being honest. Right?
Yeah,
What's the
we
most
make
dis-
the millions of dollars.
I gotta tell you though, for anybody,
Doing this show for the 100 views we get per show.
Yeah.
anybody watching though, the smartest thing to do is live in your mom's basement. It would have been so much fucking easier life if I would have just stayed in my mother's basement.
Number one, we didn't have a basement. Number two, my mom's dead, Chop.
Well, and you would have inherited the basement by now, Dale. You know,
But we didn't have one. We didn't have one.
Hey, man, in
The
certain cultures, family all live with each other. So,
Yeah.
We're
Well,
behind the times on that.
Now that I own the house, that ain't this culture, and these kids need to grow the fuck up. Get out.
Oh man, you don't have to tell me, Chop. I don't think I got one that's never leaving. I don't.
Chop, there's no,
Bro, I got 2 of them that ain't going nowhere.
Chop, there
My
ain't no
wife's been
jobs, bro.
telling-
There's
Robots are taking them all.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to take care of them for life.
Sarah's been telling her mom and dad
I'm
that
a
she's
shelter
going to.
for boyfriends. Like, all my daughters bring their boyfriends here. I'm a shelter.
Yeah, Sarah's been telling her mom and dad that we're going to end up moving in with them. I think it's a threat more than it is a promise.
Hey, you
but
cut down on your hours, Derek. Do it.
yeah, right.
Right.
All right, let's do game balls since we actually
game
won.
ball.
Again, we get to do game balls when we win. We don't do them when we lose because no one gets a fucking game ball when you lose. So
Nobody.
even though the season sucks, whatever, you still can give out game balls in a win. Because Zach Taylor loves to hand those shit out like Oprah giving cars on that fucking show. Offensive game balls. I will let you go first, Dustin, and then we'll go over to Derek. We'll make Chop go third, and then you guys will make it difficult on me. I'll go last.
Offense, defense, do both at the same time.
Offense first.
Offense first. Oh man.
Gotta save B for later.
Yeah. I am going to give it to Chase Brown. Pretty obvious one.
Easy one.
But I think his make you miss ability over the last couple weeks, especially, like he's been doing it all year, just phenomenal. Like just juking dudes out of their jock straps.
And the streets are saying that he is our Jeremiah Love already, Dustin.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I'm on the love train still. I might have to. I might pump the brakes on that. I will not give up on
Love. We don't need his ass.
I will not give up on Kenyon Sadiq though. At some point in the draft, he might not get out of the first round though. But yeah, I mean Chase Brown, just like his numbers, they rode him a lot towards the end of this year too. Like he's getting a lot of touches. The way that they're getting him involved in the pass game is really, really. I will give, we give this coaching staff a lot of grief and whatever. I think they're doing a really good job of mixing it up this year, being a little more creative. They are doing a great job of getting guys favorable matchups, which is key in the NFL. NFL is all about matchups. So you think back to that out route last week against Miami, they got him isolated on a linebacker. And what they're doing, a lot of the two-back looks helps with that because you got to keep another linebacker on the field. So I think they found something that with that too, that just keeps them more multiple. It's cool to see with our offense. We can do 5 wide. We can do 12 personnel. Now, obviously, like we major in 11 personnel, but with the split back look with P. Ryan and Brown, I think it's definitely opened some things for him. So game ball to him.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna save the one for Dale because I know he's wanting to talk about this guy, I'm sure. But
you don't have any clue what I want to talk about.
Yeah. The highest explosive rate in the NFL for explosive plays. I think it's 100% if I believe correctly. But no, I won't take him. I'm gonna take Samaje, dude. He just for his pass blocking and just how the last few weeks how hard he's been running.
You're taking a guy who got 1.7 yards per carry, 3 carries, 5 yards. Did have a touchdown. You're taking that guy, 1 catch, 8 yards. You're taking that guy. I was thinking the same thing. That's why I'm giving it shit.
Yeah.
I was thinking of people I might take if it came all the way around to me, but continue.
Yeah, no, he just not for just the way he's been running, just how tough he's been, and that freaking the way he blew up that blitzer.
Well, he had one early in the game where he just went up like a line. He was up by the line and just was blocking dudes. Like I tweeted out, man, he's got to be one of the best blocking running backs in the NFL. And then somebody's like, that aged poorly because that sack happened. But I was like, you don't know the assignment. Then he knocked the shit out of that guy, and I was like, all the way back.
Yeah. No, and did you guys see? I'm sure it's going to show up on the injury report, but the play where he got hurt, his knee buckled, and it like buckled off to the right. Oh, it looked bad. And then the dude comes back in and just keeps continuing to ball out. Like the dude was phenomenal.
That's twice this year. It looked like he was going to leave on a stretcher, and he's come back in. It's like, Samaje's back out there.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of that. He's tough. He's tough as fucking nails.
Was it yesterday? Now the Cardinals did get those 3 sacks, but Burrow had what was it? It is 31 dropbacks. 19 of those he was not pressured, and he was perfect. 19-19.
19-19. Yep.
Pretty wild stuff.
Yeah, I'd love to see his time to throw, because I'm sure that was up there too. Because it seemed like most of the time when he had the offensive lines in the past, he'd have a little bit of happy feet.
Yeah.
Hoppy
And I
feet,
noticed that
like a bunny.
No,
Yeah.
that's drinking beer, you get hoppy feet.
That's what it is.
Hops, yeah.
But I noticed that in the game yesterday too. He kind of just sat there and he looked calm in the pocket.
I think there was a couple of times that he got though with like some of the coverages. I know Arizona, like Gannon is a pretty good defensive. He can construct some really good defenses. He really can. There's a couple of times he dropped back where you could see him go into his first look, and it wasn't there, and he had to like kind of scramble out to just kind of like free up the play. But yeah, for the most part, obviously like excellent once again.
Hoppy feet is called gout.
Yeah, right.
Also called King's disease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chop, who's your offensive game ball?
Well, yesterday I didn't go to the game. You know why? It was my wife's birthday. December 28th is my wife's birthday. Guess who
Happy
else's
birthday, Sarah.
Guess who else's
Happy
birthday was yesterday?
Jesus.
Fucking
No.
Jesus and Cody Ford. Cody Ford celebrated birthday, same as Bengals in the past. Cedric Benson also December 28th. And so I'll take the low-hanging fruit, the one play from the beast Cody Ford, smashing motherfuckers. He's going to probably be Kyle Brandt's angry run scepter winner this week. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't on there at least. And so I'm gonna give my game ball in the offense to Cody Ford for stepping up. And then you thought this man could cover the whole entire line. You thought he could play left tackle, left guard, right guard, fucking wide receiver and tight end now, bitch. Let's go.
And can I just tell you something that
And that
irks me about
Tiana girl is down bad. Like,
Oh,
she's down bad.
Zach Taylor, my dude. Who cares if everyone knows you're going to give it to Cody Ford?
Yeah, right.
It was first down. Give it to him.
Yeah.
That irks me so much when he's like,
Oh, dude.
everybody knows
it's
we're going to give it
unforgivable.
to Cody.
It's unforgivable.
Golly, that made me mad. I saw him lined up at fullback. I'm like, oh, they're going to give it to him.
Yeah.
Nope.
I will say
Out.
I will say it's kind of funny how Bengals fans are pretending like they like Cody Ford all of a sudden.
Yeah, I know. They're all
I know.
Like Cody Ford.
Cody.
I watched that play. That play was phenomenal. He deserved that touchdown.
Bro, they were screaming his name at the stadium. It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
you guys hated him like
I want to
like
say
5 seconds ago.
I'm not
Yeah.
a Cody Ford hater. I think that he is a great backup piece because he can cover the entire line. I do think
Yeah.
I like Cody Ford on
I'm
this
just saying,
team.
generally Bengals fans.
Yeah, they do.
Like,
You're
let's not
right because he
pretend that
comes in
we're-
and doesn't play very well at he's
Yeah,
definitely doesn't keep the same standard when he comes in to fill, but he is a good piece to have for a backup that can cover all the spots.
Well, how is no one going to take Burrow going 24 of 31, 305
Maybe
yards?
for you, Dale. It's your
I'm
pick,
not.
bro.
I'm not doing. Or no one's taking Jamar Chase, 7 catches, 60 yards,
For you.
touchdowns, that spin move. No one's taking it. No,
How can
got-
I do that? It's my wife's birthday, and if I don't give it to a fellow birthday mate, I'll pay for that shit, Dale. I'm
Daryl,
looking out for
who the
my
fuck's
best interest here, bro.
No, I'm going to go Mims because it was going back to Ford. It was very noticeable, as Ryan Sparks said, like when Mims is in blocking at right tackle and Cody Ford's in blocking at right tackle. Marcus Mims, and it's not just a one-game award. He's played fantastic this season.
Yeah.
So I want to give Marius Mims a game ball man, wow. Second year, and he's fringe Pro Bowl level right now. And sky's the limit with his talent. Just got to keep him healthy,
Dude,
Yep.
bigger conversation on him, like future leaning. Would you ever consider moving him to left tackle? Or do you just like, no, he's playing so good there? Because
We've talked about it a little bit. He's
Yeah.
athletic enough to do it. It's just he's never really done it in the game. He didn't do it in any games at Georgia. So it's like it scares me, but it would have to be something you just know going into an offseason. Hey, You're going to work your ass off. I think he could do it. Is the thing. I think he's talented enough to do it.
Because I'm not understating the importance of right tackle, but somebody of his caliber and skills and athleticism and just how good he is at playing tackle, it almost feels like not a waste, but it kind of feels like a waste for him just to be at right tackle for his entire career.
Tell that to Willie
Yeah.
Anderson.
Well, what if Francis Mauanoa is the best player on the board? And you let's say they don't bring back Reisner. We all think they should. Obviously, he's played really well.
Yeah.
And he wants to be back. But you could put Mauanoa at right guard this season with Orlando Brown on the last year of his contract. Then you could kick Mauanoa out to right tackle where he's played 3 years at Miami, Florida. And then Mims, makes that switch to left tackle.
Mhm.
And you have your bookends for another 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I love that idea, the mixing and matching of it all, because Mims is going to get paid, and then eventually you're going to have to get youth on the other bookend tackle, right?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I like that as like a creative idea.
Well, that could be the best player available. And Spencer Fano is another guy who plays right tackle.
Is
You
that
know,
the
and I'm
Utah
not-
guy?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, if that guy fell to our pick, that would. I mean, it's not a sexy pick, offensive line, but it's a pick I'd get behind. I mean, Amari
Nostradamus.
Jones and that guy going forward.
I hear you saying, or you just draft a left tackle. There's not one this draft, and I'm just saying, let's say Downs is off the board. The Bengals could end up picking 12th or 13th even.
Yeah.
Downs is off the board. I went through a scenario. Well, hell, I'll just pull it up right now.
The reason I bring,
Bill.
I think we assume like players like Amarius Mims are just always around with his athleticism. That's why I'm even tossing out the idea, because those guys just don't fall off trees. You know what I mean? And I just want to be able to if we could have a guy that can protect, Burrow's blind side, I don't know.
So this is one I did on a mock draft where I had us picking 12th. Is that Derek's testicles? I was whoa.
Kind of rough.
But here's the 11 players off the board before we pick. Carnell Tate, Mendoza Moore, I'm going to assume a couple quarterbacks declare and go. Reese, Reuben Bain, Jeremiah Love, David Bailey, Peter Woods, Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles, and Jermon McCoy. You're sitting there going, the best two players left on that board are clearly Spencer Fano and Francis Mauanoa.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's not a left tackle. There's just not one to take.
Yeah. If we're going BPA, which we should be doing in the first 2 rounds, no matter what, then you execute on. I mean, you turn the card in for one of those guys. I do not want to,
and you figure it out.
Yeah.
You figure it out.
Yeah, I do not want us reaching for a player at that position just because we feel like we need defense, that's a bad way to go about constructing your draft board. And I think
we even look at Orlando Brown, right tackle, and that's what he was. That's what he did when he first came into Baltimore, and then he switched to left tackle. We don't think Mims can do that, who's 10 times more athletic. I really think he can make that switch.
Yeah.
All right. Fano has played left tackle his freshman year, so it's not out of the question that he could do that, and he's super athletic too. Let's switch to defensive game balls. So, Dustin, you can go first again.
Yeah, I got an interesting one. I mentioned him, DJ Ivy. I think he played phenomenal in the role for himself as a kind of the tight end guy. And here's the thing: when players aren't targeted, that's because they're covered a lot of times, unless you're designing stuff for them. The reason Trey McBride was not getting the ball because Ivy had the clamps down on him in the combination with Dax Hill as well. But shout out DJ Ivy. It's just those are the types of players that you need on your team. Those guys that play roles and play them specifically, because you're not going to have all stars at every position. So moving forward, I like to utilize DJ Ivy and more of that capacity in the future moving into next year, because I think he does it really well. So he gets
Chop.
I got to tell you, I'm going to go with the guy that I always believed in, Dale. Check the receipts. I always knew this guy was going to be good, and already, look at them. His rookie year, he gets a sack. Shamar Stewart. Look at him.
Love
I
it.
always believed in this, bro.
Love
I
it.
always told you, like, I hope that Shamar Stewart, we pick him and he balls out and he gets a couple sacks this year. And look at it. He's already on track for 2.
Yeah.
Being serious though, man, I was so happy to see Shamar Stewart get a sack before the end of this year, going into next year to have that in his belt. I mean, 4 years at Texas A&M and he only got 3, so he's already doing better than college. He's taking a step up. So I'm joking about it, but I am super excited to see this man get a sack and get some confidence behind himself.
He had a few pressures too. It wasn't just the sack. He had a few pressures. He had the run stop where nobody blocked him, but he kind of waited, then diagnosed perfectly, went in, made the tackle. I clipped all those up. I thought he had a really good game, and you don't want to overhype somebody off of one game because
right.
But this is what we want to see, right?
Exactly.
We want to see some kind of flashes at the end of the season when you're not making the playoffs. And I thought Shamar Stewart showed us something.
Yeah.
And showed the coaches something and something to build on. So Derek's maybe back.
Yeah, my computer finally pulled up, so I'm like, I'm going to use it. It would not work.
All
right,
2012.
so
you got the dial up.
They've gone with DJ Ivy and Shamar Stewart for defensive game balls, Derek.
Who do you think I'm going to go after?
Dax
guy. My
Dax
guy.
Hill? Your guy?
My Michigan guy.
Great passes defense.
Oh, the Michigan guy.
Oh, man. The guy that I have touted this guy, said he looked like a baller. As much as I hate to say it, when I watched this guy play Ohio State, I said, this guy could do things for us. And then they drafted him. They used him wrong. Last year, I said I thought he looked well at outside corner. And then they moved him into the slot. He played all right in the slot. I'm not going to say he's just the versatility that you can use this guy for is absolutely insane. And I am loving every minute of it. Dax Hill.
True or false? You own a Dax Hill, Michigan jersey.
I do not.
Not a Michigan jersey.
Not a Michigan jersey. I do own several Dax Hill jerseys, though.
Hey,
Bengals jerseys.
Zach even said it in his press conference today. He thought it's the first time he said, like, I heard someone to declare it, that he's like, yeah, I think his best position is boundary. So I'd imagine. You don't know where do you think that contract goes? Like, where you think his average, kind of.
Well, the good thing is they do have the 5th-year option for next year. I heard a lot of people telling me I wouldn't extend that. I was like, it's $13 million. You'd be dumb not to extend it.
Oh, that's right. They did exercise that. That's right. So he'll be in his 5th year next year, right?
Yeah,
right.
But
okay.
that's no, I agree with you because that was going to be the show Friday, and I didn't feel good about contract extensions. And before the game he had this week, he was already the picture for that because he's been really good on the outside. Mm-hmm. So he's like him, DJ Turner are both extension candidates. I think Miles Murphy as well.
Yeah.
And I would go Miles Murphy for my defensive game ball, 6 tackles, a sack, just very good against the run. I love the way he plays the game of football. Effort. And it works out. And his closing speed is really good. The relative athletic score, that does matter. This is all of a sudden becoming one of their best drafts when they leaned into the relative athletic scores in that 23 draft. So I do think, that matters because DJ Turner is a 4.2 speed. Oh my gosh, maybe it takes a year or 2, 3 in Dax or Miles' case. But these guys are playing up to their potential, and I love to see it. And I think Jordan Battle is a solid piece. A lot of people hate Jordan Battle. Whatever. I don't. I think he's a solid-ass safety.
He's a safety that will, I think, play better with another competent safety beside him.
Yeah.
Not Geno Stone, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. Someone besides that.
You talking about
but for my defensive game ball, I'm going to go Seth Johnson. 4 tackles, a sack, but he had 5 pressures. He should have had 3 sacks, honestly. 2 that he flat out missed. Cedric Johnson was an animal. I love that pick because he's 21 years old, 4 years of solid production in the SEC at Ole Miss. When we made that pick, I was like, I love that pick. Like, that's a guy you consider in like the 4th round. You got him in the 6th, and every time he plays, he flashes.
Yeah.
He did last year, and he's looked good again this year when he's played. So he seems like a solid part of the rotation, easily, no matter what you do at the position. You do have Murphy, you've got Stewart, and you've got Cedric Johnson. Those are pieces to build at the defensive end. And Stewart can kick inside to that 3-tech on 3rd downs. That's where he did a lot of his best work in the game yesterday.
That was going to lead me to a question because I'm Mr. Position Change Guy today. And, shout out, you clipped up as always and put a lot of those Cedric, Shamar's, Miles Murphy. Thanks for always doing that.
And Isaiah Foskey, you're right, Ryan. I would keep him around as depth 2 for DN5, but go ahead.
Yeah, but so we kind of even Foskey, I'm like, dude, he's got some get off the ball. And he's got some moves too. I'm like, this dude, I feel like there's something there. Hopefully they can keep him around. I don't know what his situation is, but I don't know. Do you see a world in which, because I just don't ever see Shamar really becoming a very toolsy pass rusher. I just don't know if he has that in his bag. He could develop some stuff, but his speed and his get off and his tenacity,
He's got the power too.
Yeah, the power. Would you consider him splitting most of his snaps at the 3-tech? Because he plays good against the run too. You know,
I've kind of thought no, but then I think about DeForest Buckner. Could you put 5 to 10 pounds on him, and you've got a DeForest Buckner in the middle, and if that's where he continuously has his best snaps.
Yeah,
maybe you know what I mean. I think it's a fair question. I think the Bengals coaches should be asking themselves that question.
I agree.
They should be. They should be seeing it on tape. I mean, the guy's continually putting out solid tape in the inside, so
and they've been hell bent about playing him inside the whole entire year too. Because even against Cleveland, he lined up inside a lot that game. So I think there's something there.
And then Murphy, I think if he could get some more moves as well, I think I feel like we're just scratching the surface with those guys, what they can do.
Yeah.
And that's why I think Stewart could still be okay at defensive end. But I agree. That's the one thing that I said the other day, Dustin, that could take his game to another level is if he added some pass rush moves. But it's if that's just not, I'm sure Texas A&M coaches, I'm sure the Bengals coaches have tried to add moves to his arsenal. Some guys just, they're an athletic. I'm going to rely on my athleticism at the end of the day. Well, let him rely on that on the inside. If you already know, I don't know. I don't think it's crazy to think that he could just play on the inside.
Yeah.
Why would a pass rusher need pass rusher moves? That sounds crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy work, right?
Right.
Well, you're playing in more of a box inside, so you don't even really have the ability. It's more about causing a lot of disruption in there. And getting fast pressure, and with his explosiveness. Whereas defensive ends, you're more on the edge, so you have more creativity and being able to set things up. I think one of the knocks against Shamar was he just doesn't quite have the bend. When I was watching Booker last night for Chicago, he was bending around the edge, and I just don't know if Shamar has that. And that's kind of a skill set on the edge. Now, Trey doesn't probably have a lot of that, but he makes up for it in top notch, setting up and speed, and his get off is one of the fastest.
I don't know. Trey's bend is pretty good too.
Yeah.
To me.
It's better than what I probably get a credit for, but with him not having that, I just kind of feel like there's his career, he could be better served as and maybe be a 4.5 to 6 sack guy on the inside and causing disruption there. But
he needs to work on his damn cardio too, because you could tell when he was gassed late in that game. He kept playing him but that's also game speed and stuff. You missed most of the year. I'm not going to knock it too much. Whatever. Either way, I'm happy to see that we saw something from him. Right? That was a solid game from him. I'm not crowning him in any way, shape, or form, but we should be happy when we see positive strides from players. Because we
Yep.
want this team to win, right? And, like, when you draft somebody in the first round, whether that was your pick or not, you want to see them do well. So it was nice to see Shamar have a pretty good game.
Hot take. Bengals defense is probably playing better than every defense in the NFC that are going to the playoffs.
I think what was it that I think Goodberry posted this? The last 4 weeks they're the number 1 ranked defense in is it EPA per play?
There's like
I can't remember. Yeah,
there's some third down efficiency stuff.
that's
like
what it was.
Yeah. Our EPA were around the middle of the pack at some point. I know he posted a bunch of really good stats today that just kind of shows like improvement. If you actually look over the span of like probably 6 to 7 weeks, like the amount of points that we've just given up, outside you got to take the turnovers away. Like, for example, Ravens at home, we only gave up 17 points. Like, they played in the second.
They played good against the Bills, for most of the game.
Yeah, they had the Bills in the fourth. I will, like, again, not to make up excuses, but like playing defense in the snow is really tough. Like, look at the Bills defense. They couldn't guard us that game either. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. I mean, it's just like, I don't know.
Speaking of the Bills, Crypt Keeper's favorite team, the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, that's right. You love
that's yours, Daniel.
It seems like they should make a run this year, based on who's not in the playoffs. And I just don't see it. They don't have the receivers, and they don't have the defense.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, I told you guys this last week. I honestly feel like the Texans could make a run this year. They definitely look fraudulent. What was it?
I've been
yesterday or
for weeks, Derek.
But
because they have C.J. Stroud, Ohio State quarterback chop.
It's true, man. The Ohio State quarterbacks always do very well.
They do very well.
We have Joe Burrow. We have C.J. Stroud.
Joe Burrow. That's a product of Ohio State. For
sure. Yeah. Everyone knows that.
Texans has one of those defenses. If you're on the offensive side of the ball and you have like 1 or 2 bad series, you start panicking because that pass rush just starts to come a little bit more. Those corners come up and like, dude, the way that they rally to the ball, like you don't see too many NFL defenses like them anymore.
Well, they did have a couple injuries, but
yeah.
I was going to say Stingley is such a shutdown corner from LSU, by the way, Derek Stingley. Yeah. Give you that one, Chop. But that gives me hope for the Bengals for next year too, is the way Dax and Turner are playing. If you have those corners and they're shutting guys down, it gives you a little longer to rush. You have to be really, really good in one spot or the other. And I'm not saying like Murphy and Stewart, whatever, but we're getting this pressure, and some of these sacks are because no one's open.
Oh,
these
they're coverage
have to
sacks.
hold the ball because the coverage is fantastic, and I think we can roll that over for sure.
That one sack you had there by Murphy was, I mean, Brissett had like 3.5 seconds in the pocket.
Oh, yeah.
And that was, I mean, clearly a coverage sack.
Yeah, I mean, it's the NFC is kind of wild because I think the NFC is going to be fun to watch because like those defenses, look at the game last night. Either one of those defenses.
What defense?
Yeah, what defense? Yeah. The Rams defense, they put a lot of you talk about teams that we thought were gonna like make a turn on defense because they put a lot of draft capital together. They can't stop a nosebleed, the Rams, especially in the second.
Yeah.
And then I would say Seattle probably has the best defense, but against the Rams, now they did have some guys out. That's probably the defense that I trust the most, but the Rams torch them too. So it's like,
I mean, this is going to be a very interesting playoff.
I got to tell you, the divisional games, you got to like, they play different in divisional games. So like you said, like when the Rams played them, but I just think divisional games hit different.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a homer, and we can talk more about NFL playoffs later. I think we got to talk some college football playoffs, right?
Yeah, my LSU Tigers, man, about to win the Natty next year, maybe.
You can't even win a bowl game, bro.
Yeah.
That's all right because that's not even
Houston beat you.
Yeah,
the Dude,
Well, I mean, Houston does have like the best fucking tight end in the draft.
Chop, what'd you think about Lane Kiffin just leaving at halftime? I don't think that was a great
I don't
look.
think it was a big fucking deal. I think people just made it a big deal. For number one, like it's his team, but not his team. Like Frank Wilson's out there coaching the team, who also is is going to Ole Miss.
But it's still a chance to evaluate players.
Yeah, I don't think that's great. Just leaving at halftime.
I mean,
those are still your guys.
I think everybody made a big deal about it, but guess what? Brian Kelly, his fucking plane was landing while the game was still going, and nobody made a big deal. Everybody, listen,
look how that
big deal, and I get it because Lane Kiffin is
comparing him to Brian Kelly.
I'm just saying, like Lane Kiffin is like everybody portrays him as a villain because of the different ways he's left different jobs, and I get it. But right now, this villain who is also an offensive guru who has won at every fucking level is the coach of my team. So I'm going to rally around this villain, and he was fine leaving that fucking game. It was fucking just great. I love
probably
it.
Had a yoga session to get to.
He was going to his boat in Miami. From what I understand, when the man is in the office, he's on his boat.
He dressed like a narc, dude. He looked like he was with the leather coat on. Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants. That means he's getting paid a lot of fucking jack.
Yeah,
if I had that kind of fucking cash, man, I'd be dressing like fucking Jaden Smith and shit, wearing fucking house Smith shit.
Oh Jesus!
Is it national? So is it not? Because he's only going to probably be there for 4 or 5 years because that's what that he does as a coach.
Fine with me.
Do you think it's national championship or failure with him?
100%. Like, why would you bring a guy in and eat Brian Kelly's fucking $54 million, right? And then bring Lane Kiffin in and make him like the highest paid coach in college football if that's not the expectation. The expectation is not playoffs. The expectation 100% a natty.
All right. Let's see. He's supposed to have a natty team with Ole Miss a couple of years ago, and they dramatic.
I mean, that was Ole Miss, though. Look, I'm not dogging Ole Miss, but there is a difference in college football on teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just getting into college football.
There was a lot of expectations. He had Jackson Dart, Walter Nolan.
But the resources at Ole Miss are not the same as LSU. You're talking about, like, for one thing, how many people does the stadium even sit at Ole Miss? And LSU, you're over 100,000 seats in that stadium. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a different level. There's no doubt about that.
And the only place I can see Lane Kiffin going from LSU is possibly Alabama
or the NFL.
But he's already done that, and I don't think I think he's realized that he's not an NFL.
Well, he's been at Alabama too, and allegedly he slept with Nick Saban's daughter or something.
Well, Nick Saban still likes Lane Kiffin because Nick Saban was advising Lane Kiffin on the LSU job. So he must have given her some of that good dick.
LSU perfect coach. He's a perfect coach for LSU because it's both ratchet for sure.
All right, Ohio State versus Miami, New Year's Eve. Derek, you're a Buckeye homer, not me and Dustin.
You are a Buckeye homer.
So,
I am.
how do you see that game playing out?
Except for
Any matchups you're looking into? Like, I think it's going to be a really good game. I'm sure we'll talk players on both sides of the ball. If you're NFL draft Bengals wise, holy shit.
That Reuben guy, right?
They have guys everywhere.
Everywhere. If you are looking at this from a Bengals perspective, you are hoping that this is a 13-9 ball game because there is a lot of defensive talent on both sides of the ball. That guy Bain that you guys started talking about, good Lord. I didn't even know who this dude was until I listened to one of the Bruce shows and y'all were talking about him. But this guy's insane. Like, just the nastiness he's got.
Which one?
Bain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I was looking at Dale's draft guide the other day, and but I feel like edge rusher's not our number one need. I mean, it could be. I wouldn't be upset about it, but I think with Miles Murphy coming out, and we just drafted Stewart, and I don't know what we're going to do with Joseph Osai. I'm not sure if edge rusher's is the right move, but that guy does look like a badass.
I thought Bain was a 3-tech. Am I wrong? Did he
Is he?
play some inside?
He is an edge, but some people think he'll end up being a 3-tech, kind of like he's already like 275. They also have Akeem Messidor, who's like 25 years old. You know how the Bengals love 25-year-olds in the second round.
Yeah.
He's a guy who's like 280,
Yeah.
So
He's got 8.5 sacks. He might have more sacks than Ruben Bain, doesn't he?
He's probably like, especially against Texas A&M, he probably had the better game. Even though Bain had 3 sacks, a lot of them were set up by Messidor. But he's 25. He's had injuries. That's why he's been in college for 6 years.
Right.
And the arm length is going to be a thing. For Bain, he doesn't have very big arm length, which is another reason maybe you kick that guy inside. But I go back to good football players are good football players,
Yeah. You just watch the tape. That's what it is. Yeah. Fuck that old size shit, man. People said that same shit about Tyler Linderbaum. The center, short fucking arms. Look at his ass over there.
It was Will Campbell last year,
Yeah.
He stay at tackle.
Joe Burrow, small hands. He can't throw the goddamn football.
You know what? Who gives a shit if you got small hands? It makes your dick look bigger.
Yeah, especially when you're jerking off all the time. Just watch the goddamn tape. Those scores are something, but they're just like kind of like a suggestion. You know what I mean? And then watch the tape.
Well, you know how we have a player that slides every year outside of where we think he's going to go. Ruben Bain's my slide candidate this year. That he's gonna go lower than we think.
That's gonna be
what's very possible with even what some of the people who do the stuff have said. That like have the talk to scouts and stuff that he could. My thing is, if you're picking 12th and you think he's the best player on the board, even if it's he's staying at edge, maybe Shamar's kicking inside. I'm taking the best player on the board, and it very well could be him.
Well, it's going to be a good test against Ohio State where he's at. I mean, not that Ohio State's offensive line is world beaters, but they're dudes. Like they're not selling insurance. So like these are the games that we really zero in on when we're evaluating these prospects because you're going against better talent.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I love it too. I have Phillip Daniels and Austin Saraveld both in the next year's class, and some people think Saraveld will kick back inside the guard. I think he's been fantastic at left tackle. I am of the belief of you give a guy a shot where he plays best at. If a guy can play good at left tackle, you let him give that a shot. But this will be their biggest test going against Bain and Messidor because whoever's matched up against who, whether that's the 26th draft, 27 for these Buckeye offensive linemen. It's such a good matchup. And like Ahmad Moten Sr., which is weird. I always think that's weird.
What is
Ahmad
he, 50?
Moten, the defensive tackle for Miami is really good too. He has another year of eligibility if he wants it, but like that's a guy, if he declares, he's a sneaky top 50 player that no one talks about hardly.
Yeah.
Pass rush juice for days. He's got a 25+% win rate on true pass sets, like among the tops in the country. So it's just like it's a bunch of nastiness, on both sides of the ball there. The trenches battle is going to be fun, but then it's like, trench blah blah blah. You also have guys like Malachi Tony, baby Jesus, the true freshman for Miami. But then you've got Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate at receiver for the Buckeyes, Max Claret tight end. Mark Fletcher Jr., the big running back, he already said he's going back to Miami another year, but that's the guy 6'2", 230, just a beast, he could really continue to grow his stock, 170 plus yards rushing against Texas A&M, who has a pretty solid defense, pretty decent defense, good linebackers, decent D-line. Man, I'm just excited for the game. Like, I'm not going to give a shit prospect-wise once it starts. I'm going to put my homer cap on and be like, I want the Buckeyes to win by 40 when the game starts. But, like, looking at the matchups now, I'm just like, man. Because you think about the D-line, for Ohio State, Caden Curry, Kenyatta Jackson Jr., going up against Markel Bell and Francis Malinoa. Like, those matchups, are going to matter for draft stock for all those players. So, damn good matchups. It should be a really good game. Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs, and could Arvell Reese please stand up? Will the real Arvell Reese please stand up? Because Dustin, I know you've been like, where is this guy? Where's he been the second half of this season?
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
what I'm
if
most
we're
excited to see is like Arvell Reese and Caleb Downs. Like, if those two guys fall to us, I really have a hard time picking which one I'd rather have. But I think it's probably the safety.
Well, there's no reason for Reese to have to be a quarterback spy in this game because it's Carson Beck. You know what I mean? And he's had to do that with Bryce Underwood. He has to do that a little bit with Mendoza. I'm putting him up there on that line and letting him rush the passer a bunch this game.
Yeah, I want to see him get dirty in the run game too, because that's something that's been missing as well. Like he hasn't been around the ball a lot. I don't know what's going on. Like I don't know if it's the way you're using him. I know Patricia does some sneaky stuff. Maybe they've been holding him back, but it's like since the beginning of the year, he just is not like really popped for me. Now, all the skills and the tools and the athleticism are still there. He's still going to be drafted high, but like for this playoff run, I'd like to see him start to kind of be utilized, send him on some blitzes. But, this is a good game against Fletcher, their running back, that could be fun, watching our linebackers against their running back and linemen.
This is where guys should make money. Jack Sawyer should have made money based off his playoff run. And instead he fell to the fourth round because of, what was it? Oh, short arms. Maybe not the most athletic. Like, bro, and he's playing really good for Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's the stuff that annoys me the most is like they'll sit there and knock guys, but you want guys to ball out when the lights shine the brightest, and that's exactly what he did. Yeah.
This is like Dale just said, this is where your money's earned, and especially from the draft.
Should be.
Like, yeah. Now, like sometimes game plans don't dictate you're going to put up these gaudy stats and stuff like that. And, some of that, Reese is surrounded by a lot of good players. So maybe it's a little bit harder to stand out. But, like, nonetheless, like, let's get a strip sack. Let's force a fumble. Let's do something that impacts the game.
Well, I mentioned a lot of guys for Miami. One I haven't mentioned is Keontae Scott, who came back in that A&M game after being injured. This guy can play in the slot. He can play outside corner. He plays a little safety. He's a dude. Like, that's a dude. And he would probably, like, just Bengals-wise, would probably be a slot corner here for us and a dude that you would love to have on your team. That maybe you get in the third or fourth round. Third, probably, the way he's playing. I don't know, it gets past that. But, like, just a damn good football player, and he made a huge impact in that A&M game. The forced fumble, 10 tackles, like. So that's a guy I'm watching too, like prospect-wise, Keontae Scott from Miami.
Yeah, I like the CJ Daniels kid a lot too. He's got great size.
Older, yeah.
Yeah, was he the one that made the one-handed catch?
Yeah. But 4 years at Liberty, 1 year at LSU last year, and then this year with Miami. So he's a 6-year guy, and he's been hurt a lot, but he is like 6'2", and the catch radius is insane. You never know if he could just make one of those crazy plays.
He's a poor man's Keon Coleman, which is probably not a great comparison, but you know what I mean? Yeah.
Job, you got work? You're muted.
You're muted, bud.
I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, I do. And I wish the fuck this was where I could be living in my mom's basement because I wouldn't have to go to work.
Yeah.
I fucking do not like bills, but man, we dropped fucking $5 at the goddamn precinct last night, so I probably ought to go in.
Oh,
so good though, man. Well, we had a few drinks, and that ain't the place to get liquored up.
No, it is not.
No,
you do the liquoring at the pig and whistle before.
I know, but you know what? I got
before
the
or after, yeah.
I got the Wagyu this time, bro.
Wagyu is the way to go.
So good.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Bro, that's when you sneak fireballs into your woman's purse.
That's what you know. That's a good tip for next time, Dale. But where the fuck were you on December 27th, bro?
And then you order you're ordering like a Dr. Pepper, and then you're
I know, just get a
Right.
Dr.
the
Pepper.
fireballs in there, and you got a mixed drink.
like Sarah's looking at the drink menu. I'm like, fuck that. And I give her here. Like, fuck that, Sarah. Here you go.
Yeah. I got to have a wonderful birthday. I had Gold Star
Hell
for
yeah.
my birthday.
Well, you should have been married to me, Derek, because you could have had the precinct and still not given me a blowjob.
Yeah. No, actually, my wife made me a Texas sheet cake. I don't know if you guys have had that or not, but it was phenomenal. And then I decided yesterday we was going to do our
sheet cake. I know what a sheet cake.
Look it up, Texas sheet cake.
I've heard of it. Yeah, I think it's been.
It's basically
obviously, I would
thick.
know.
Yeah.
I made
But
my
it's not something I
chocolate
eat.
cake. Yeah, it was delicious.
Did you
I
eat
made
the
my
whole
wife-
damn thing?
Oh, I'm pretty close to it. It's like a 9x13 pan, and I have put a hurting on it. That's for sure.
Probably hard
Is
time
there some
sleeping.
of it in
last
the
night.
farm stand right now that we could go get?
No, the farm stand's closed until warmer weather. But
Oh, it's like a fucking zippy dip or something,
yeah,
like an ice
no,
cream.
it is pre-order only. So if you guys do want anything, and you want to come out here and get it,
Yeah, I'll be
feel
right the
free
fuck out there, man, to get some of them cinnamon rolls. I mean,
yeah,
if
We'll
I didn't
definitely
have
make
to work tonight,
yeah, right. If only.
yeah.
But no, I decided to yesterday after church. I decided, you know what? I've got 3 pounds of this brisket left. I'm gonna throw that on the smoker, and we'll have that for supper. That was a bad idea.
What?
2:30 this morning, I was taking it off the smoker.
You forgot?
No, it took that long to cook it.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
it was, yeah.
So then we had it for breakfast this morning.
I made Sarah a cake yesterday, and I blue icing, and she's been watching Jaws since goddamn she's been watching Jaws since like March or some shit, like nonstop. So
You're
it's
talking
really
actual
low-hanging
cake.
fruit. So I made her a Jaws cake, and it was so hard to find cake toppers, but I got her this aquarium thing. It's like a little aquarium thing that goes in your aquarium. It's Jaws coming up into the orca, and then I got letters and I wrote, "Have a Jawsome birthday." Yeah.
That's awesome.
I thought you meant like put my dick in your jaws.
Yeah.
When I saw
Well,
that.
that's the special ingredient in the batter.
Like I thought you were saying blow me on your birthday.
It would have
Yeah,
been
when-
nice. It would've been-
When he said I got Sarah a cake and then I blew some icing on it,
I know. Well,
you know,
there's some special
Old-
ingredients in
totally different topic there.
All right, Chopster. We'll let you out of here.
I love
buddy.
you guys. When
Make-
is that
hey,
game you guys are
make
talking
your
about?
pick.
The Miami.
Well, that's Wednesday, and then there's 3 games on
Wait, am I
Thursday.
picking
That's
on
like
college football games?
well, it's don't count toward our NFL.
Oh
but-
yeah. Well, I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick Ohio State.
Okay,
I'm
Chop's
home.
going Ohio State. Alabama
Fuck Alabama. Whoever
versus Indiana.
else. Indiana. You could have goddamn said Cincinnati State. Fuck Alabama.
Ole Miss versus Georgia.
Georgia. And that's not fucking any. I don't hate Ole Miss or anything.
Got them dogs.
I just think Georgia's been doing good here lately.
I hate that commercial.
Texas Tech or Oregon.
Oregon.
All right, buddy. Have fun at work.
Peace out. Love you guys.
Love you, brother.
Hey, brother. Derek, I found that stat you're talking about with the Bengals defense.
Yeah.
It's over the last 6 games, the Bengals have a top 6 run defense in EPA per play and success rate. You know?
Yeah, that's great because we couldn't stop the run for freaking shit the first half of the year.
That was the thing. It was like that's what cost us against. Literally, the Jets didn't throw the ball the second half because we couldn't stop the run. And then the Bears that's Monanga's breakout game where he was just trucking everybody. So I mean, we jumped.
He was fucking everybody.
Trucking.
Trucking.
Yeah, fucking. He probably fucked them as he was trucking them too.
I mean, if we're being honest.
Yeah. He just
He
teabagged.
kind of did fuck us.
Yeah. But you come to find out, I mean, you knew that the whole time. I'll admit where I'm wrong. I wasn't as high on him because I thought he was like kind of stiff in college, but dude is close to 1,000 yards now. It's kind of crazy with the Bears. So, but yeah,
They improved their O line. You know what I mean? You could go somewhere and have nothing, Situations matter so much, you know.
I don't want to talk about the Bears. I'm so mad last night.
Well,
All
I'm
I
mad
needed
they
was
lost.
15 yards for DJ Moore for a $240 bet.
Like, I'm mad the Bears lost, but I'm also running my victory laps as them as my surprise team
Yeah.
to make the playoffs.
They look great.
Not only make
They
the
look-
playoffs, won their division, and it's like,
Luther Burden.
wait, it's like, how are they going to win this division, you know, with Minnesota, like all these teams that were so good last year in their Detroit, like how? And then they like, yeah, victory lap.
I think they have 2 first-round picks next year, right? And
I'd have to go back and look. I don't know.
I think they do. I think they got 2.
I don't think so. How would they?
Wasn't there the trade with Bryce Young or something? I could have swore that they had 2 first-round picks. I might be wrong, though.
I don't know. I don't think so. But anyways, so Derek, do you want to pick this Ohio State-Miami game?
Yeah, I'm going with Miami, obviously. No. I'm going with my Buckeyes through and through.
Dustin, do you want to pick this Ohio State-Miami game?
Let's be honest. We're not going to pick against Ohio State probably the whole playoffs. You know what I mean?
No, we're not.
Like, to me, it's a shock if they lose to anybody.
Well, you guys can say that. I'm picking Miami.
There you go. You're a hurricane. You had the starter jacket back in the day, didn't you?
They are talking a lot of shit. Like,
yeah.
But I felt the same way about Indiana. Like, Indiana's fans and stuff was talking so much shit. And I was like, oh, it's going to feel so good to fucking teabag their ass afterwards and just bring all this back up, all this shit talk. And Indiana won. A tough game, low scoring, defense is dominated. I do not trust Carson Beck.
I was about to say you've always been a Carson Beck guy, right?
Right. But I can see Miami winning this game. I just can. I hope I'm wrong.
Well, how many weeks has it been since Ohio State's played?
I know.
That always worries me. Always.
We're the benefit of that last year. This year we're not. You know, we haven't played in like 3.5 weeks. It's crazy.
I think they're going to lean on the run game. They're going to do some trick plays with Tony, and their defense is going to heat up Julian Sayin. I think it goes back to me not believing in Sayin before the season started.
Yeah.
He's been really good, but there's just part of me that, like, no one heated him up like Indiana. And when I saw that, I thought, oh, Miami can do this too with the dogs they have.
Yeah.
I do think he does have to show that he can, when the pocket's muddy, I think he has to show that he can be better there, you know, because against Indiana, that was giving him fits for sure. I mean, and the whole offensive line was having, and it, like a lot of like Indiana stuff too. Yeah, guys were certainly beating dudes one-on-one, but they also had a good design too. So I expect Miami to do some stuff as well.
Yeah.
To take care of those, or, you know, like expose them maybe with some loops and stunts and stuff. Yeah. So, I mean, our offense line is definitely going to have their hands full for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's all on Julian Sayin in my head, like on how this game plays out. Like maybe he'll surprise me, but I guess the freshest memory I have is the Indiana game, and he does. Yeah. He's not mobile, and we don't win that championship last year without Will Howard's mobility.
Yep. And we even said it last week. We said, this guy has not, or the last game against Indiana, this guy has not faced adversity. And then the moment he did against Indiana, he folded. So,
well, coaching folded a little bit too there.
Yeah.
Some of the decisions. And
yeah,
I would hope that doesn't happen again. But all right. Let's get into some of the other games. Which one's at noon? I don't have like the times of the games in front of me.
I don't have none of that in front of me.
On Thursday, Oregon and Texas Tech is at noon.
Oh, that should be the late one. I feel like that even though I'm not a Baron Morton guy, that defense is so good for Texas Tech.
Rodriguez and Bailey.
Yeah. Bailey, Rodriguez, Romello Height, Lee Hunter, Bryce Pollock, Cole Wisniewski. Like, they got some dogs on that defense, like some very good prospects. Oregon has some dogs of their own on both sides of the ball. Amari Washington, Bear Alexander, Dylan Thieneman, Jaden Kennedy, Bryce Betcher, Mateo Uyungale on defense. The offensive line's good for them. Sadiq, obviously, at tight end. Noah Whittington at running back. They also have two true freshman running backs that are really good. And then Dante Moore is the top 5 pick if he declares. So this one's tough. What are you guys' thoughts on this game? Like, where are you at with it, Derek? Who you got winning?
I couldn't tell you honestly. I'd have to go back and look at because I did do one of those brackets, but I think I have Texas Tech winning this game, like just as a flyer. But I could see either one go or either it going either way.
Yeah.
On paper, it should be the best game. Like it's 4 versus 5, you know.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Texas Tech because I think Oregon, the games that they've played some like really good high-end defenses, like Iowa. Now, it was up in Iowa. The weather wasn't most optimal, but Dante Moore didn't play great until the end of the game, right? So I still don't have firm belief in him. And just, Texas Tech's defense is just, they can shut people down. So I'm actually going to take Texas Tech, and although they're the higher seed, I don't know what the spread is in this game. Let's see here. Oregon.
Yeah, I was going to say I wouldn't be surprised if Oregon's the favorite.
Yeah, they're favored 2.5 on or by DraftKings. So yeah, I think Texas Tech with that defense. I just think there's a world in which they kind of shut them down and they do enough on offense to win this game.
Yeah, I'm going Oregon. I think it'll be a very good game. I think Dante Moore will prove why he's the top 5 pick, though, and will declare because of this game. Like, I think he'll do enough. But Isaiah World is going to have his hands full. Alex Harkey is going to have his hands full with Height and Bailey. Like, I think, Jacob Rodriguez will probably have a turnover at some point, but I think Oregon will find a way to win. And it may be through the run game, but also a deep pass. They're also getting healthy at wide receiver, with DeCorian Moore and all those guys for Oregon. I think Oregon pulls this one out.
Do you think that they cover? Or sorry, I'm building a Bengals and Brews parlay. So, do you think Oregon will cover this game, or what did you say it was 2.5?
2.5.
I get Oregon straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be a 1-point victory. I don't know about the kickers.
Yeah, that's one thing I was just talking the other day that worries me. When it comes down to Ohio State game,
I do not trust Fielding.
Why does the Ohio State not just throw? I don't know what they would pay for a kicker, but let's just say NFL money. Throw a freaking $1 million and say, "Hey, bring us the best kicker in the NCAA over here." Because every time it comes down to a kicker, we always lose that game.
Well, I go back to the Georgia game, and that was also on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, we're going to do this again, aren't we? That's why I picked Miami, I think.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to a kick, and he's going to miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I picked I got Ohio State to cover that game. I don't see them. I think they're hungry.
So what's
the
the
last
next
time
game,
you've seen them was a
Dustin?
loss.
Yeah, I was gonna say also, or you brought up Oregon getting healthier at wide receiver. I mean, DeCorian Moore, what a blast to watch. The guy that we missed out on at Ohio State. Cam Coleman is in the transfer portal, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think the Buckeyes will do it now that Henry's going there. But
Yeah, Cam Coleman's such a stud, though.
but he might go to Oregon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely do that. Alabama, Indiana at 4:00 Eastern time. Indiana's actually favored by 7 on DraftKings.
What Ty Simpson will show up, right? What Indiana will show up? The one that started the game versus Oklahoma, or the one that? And honestly, Oklahoma kind of gave him that with that pick 6. That was a huge turning point of that game. Caden Proctor. I mean, you're talking like prospects on the defense. There's a ton of them for Alabama, but Deontay Lawson at linebacker, LT Overton probably fit the Bengals type somewhat, but it's another guy like, oh, does he kick inside? Does he play outside? Where does he play? And he hasn't had the greatest season. Still getting good pressure. Damani Jackson at corner hasn't really been great, but a guy with 4.2 speed, like I can never get over 4.2 speed. And then you look at Indiana, obviously that defense, dogs. But the one guy hurt himself celebrating after Ohio State. The Daly kid who was a beast in that game. That's a low-key something to watch. But they still have Michael Kamara. They still have Tyreek Tucker. Their linebackers are really good. D'Angelo Pons is one of the best corners in college football, and he's only like 5'9". But he might still play outside corner at 5'9". His technique is so clean. Like, he's just a dog. And then they have 2 fantastic safeties with Louis Moore and Amari Farrell. So I do like, oh, man, I'm trying to talk this through, honestly. You feel like Alabama's going to be Alabama at some point and pull one out? I don't think so. Fernando Mendoza is my top quarterback in this class. I'm going Indiana.
Yeah, I love the Andy Dalton vibe from this guy. I'm going to Indiana as well. I've got Bama covering this game just because, like you said, it could go back and forth. I think 7 points is way too much to give Indy, and
like a 4-point Indiana win. Yeah.
Like Bama's got to drive at the end of the game to try to score a touchdown to win. End up, losing it on 4th down. I could see that happening.
I'm going Alabama. I like Kalen Moore against top 10 teams. His record's phenomenal. I think Mendoza, when you watch him against upper echelon defenses this year, he hasn't played great. He's made big throws, but the consistency hadn't been there. I think he gets exposed a little bit. So I'm going with Alabama. And I'm going to say Alabama wins by 10 to 13 points.
Well, their defense was looking good with guys like Keon Keeley, Yonze Pierre, guys that might be in 27 draft or so, so draft prospect wise, maybe it doesn't look great. Even Bray Hubbard at safety, like I think he should come back another year. He could declare, but they got some guys that are up and coming players that are starting to play their best football. And that's what you want when you're in the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of young guys, they got the highest blue chip ratio in the nation too. So they got the talent, and a lot of their young guys. Like
they got to figure out their run game, though. The run game is so bad. That's the reason I can't pick them. Is because their run game has just been trash all year. So one-dimensional.
Yeah, I do think this is going to be aesthetically probably like not the most. I don't think the offenses are going to light it up. I think it's going to be kind of a grinded out type of game. But I don't know,
like that Big Ten championship. Which is why I would take what. Yeah,
I just kind of got a feeling like Indiana peaked. Like that was huge for them. They're celebrating that Big Ten championship pretty hard, So
that's
and then the layoff point. Too. Like the layoff, everybody was picking thought Oregon was the best team last year, and then Ohio State just embarrasses them in the first round. I don't know. I'm getting that kind of vibes.
Then we got Ole Miss, Georgia in the nightcap.
Georgia.
So Ole Miss, obviously, like Trinidad Chambliss. Come on, how are you going to sell your boy Trinidad Chambliss short? You've been on that train all year, Dustin.
I know. I like him.
Yeah. But Moreau Freeling, Oscar Delp, Lawson Lucky, Gunnar Stockton, not the greatest prospect for a quarterback, and he'll probably go back for another year. But he's a good college quarterback, and they got a stable of running backs.
What's the spread on this game?
This game it is Georgia's favored by 6.5 points. Yeah,
that seems like a lot.
Going back to that Alabama Indiana game, the over under is only 48 on that, so I'm kind of right in thinking that it's going to be a lowering score game. Yeah,
They played one of the best games of the season against each other earlier in the year, and Georgia won by 8, but they were at home.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no Lane Kiffin, this, that, and the other. I don't know, man. I think Georgia's going to win, and I think Georgia is going to be a team potentially playing for a national championship again this year. Like Kirby Smart is just a good football coach.
yeah.
But I'm going Georgia as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Georgia to cover this one too. It did seem like a lot until I started thinking about it, and yeah, I definitely think Georgia pulls this one out handily.
And
I mean, I'm rooting for Ole Miss. I'm rooting for them just because all the shit. I feel you, Nick.
on Bengals fans, linebackers to kind of keep eye on CJ Allen for Georgia for sure.
Raylan Wilson's really good too. I don't know if he'll declare. He should probably go back to school another year, but he's a real Georgia. That's all they do is produce dogs at linebacker. CJ Allen's fantastic.
I am super high on Oscar Delp. Super high on him. He runs like a 4.4, bro. Like he's 6'5", 245.
Yeah, the production. It's going to be one of those. The production never matched.
Yeah,
the talent, and been waiting on it for 3 years, and it's still not matched. So, but yeah, he's good. He's still a good player. Tight ends are weird. Tight ends are weird when it comes to the draft.
Yeah, I mean, where was Trey McBride drafted? What round? Do you remember?
I think
he was a second rounder. Yeah.
Was he? Okay, he's higher than
he was definitely. But I mean, you could say George Kittle 5th round.
Tucker Kraft,
Kelsey 3rd
Dawson Knox.
So
tight end's one of those positions I'm also fine on taking a swing on, like every other year in the later rounds, just to see what you get. Like
I don't think the Bengals will this year because they're gonna hope that Eric Hall. And that's a scary bet, just like it was when they drafted him.
I like the guys they got now, though. Like, I mean, I know they're probably not going to bring back Fant, which, I mean, it is what it is. I like the dude, but yeah.
Lately, especially.
Tanner Hudson just continues to week after week. He's just out there doing great things. I mean. And then we've got Gesicki for what, another couple years, or did he sign a 3-year? Yeah.
Yeah, he did. We got him. Yeah,
and then Eric Hall.
Noah Fant felt like they just never really figured out how to use him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he had one good game, I think.
He also just kind of looks slow.
He does. Yeah.
Like if we're being honest, he doesn't look like the guy, that came out as a 1st-round pick.
Well, that's a sneaky thing. Like, I know we want to always attack free agents, and you need to, but there is something to be said for if the other teams aren't signing them back, why is that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a chance, some guys that you're shopping for in the free agency market, there's a reason they're available.
Yeah, but I take that swing 10 out of 10 times to have him in here.
You could also say the opposite. I mean, Dalton Reisner, he was out there for freaking ever, and
for sure,
guy's been a godsend for this offensive line.
Yeah, I guess it's just managing expectations too. Like, what are you going to get from some of these guys?
Yeah, you can't go out there saying, "Well, he's a 1st-round tight end." He hasn't played that way. He played all right for Seattle, but
that's where I'm all over Odafe Oweh next year. Bring him in, please. Be one of the first free agents that we sign.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Well, good show. About an hour and a half in. Good to see Derek's beautiful face.
Good to be back.
Yeah.
For a week.
Lots happened since you've been gone. We had a shitty season. We're in the midst of the Steelers having an absolute collapse. Which we didn't really talk about. It's hilarious.
We'll be back on Friday to preview the upcoming matchup, talk about Ohio State losing to Miami from Wednesday, and go from there.
That's a reverse jinx, isn't it?
I'm trying.
It's like my daughter's birthday is Saturday, so everybody make sure to wish Ashlyn a happy birthday. But
Happy
on
birthday,
Friday,
Ashlyn!
I'm going to. Apparently, I'm chauffeuring so girls can go get their nails done. So
I love it. Happy
Sounds
birthday.
awesome.
fun.
Yeah,
Get your nails done. You should get yours all did up.
they look like they need it.
All right,
Gear up.
guys.
Might get my feet done.
See you guys.